What's your hobby down in Texas? Do you ride the bull?
I don't do that.
Are you a cowboy?
No,
Cowgirl? There's
I'm
no such thing as
not.
cow. Is there such thing as cowgirl?
Yeah.
You just
It's
don't
more
hear
of
it.
like people that live on ranches, though. Like I
She
live
lives
in
in
a
the
city.
city.
I live in Dallas.
So if you live in Dallas these days, it's just like living anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not like.
Yeah, it's a lot of going out to restaurants and
Do you have
hanging
hobbies?
out with friends. I don't know. Gosh. I mean, I've recently really liked to read books,
God, I wish.
like
I did more of that.
nonfiction and novels. Like I really like to read, and especially after I got rid of social media off my phone, it was a great exchange of that time to like
Right.
read books. But I think I said maybe before we turned this on that like I've pretty much taken what I enjoyed as a hobby and made it a job. So, I mean, I love kids and I love working out, and now those are two things that I get paid to do.
Right.
So
you're the perfect person to talk about this with. I was talking about this with many people recently for some reason about this idea, this concept where once you get compensated to do something, your love for it, or I'll give you an example, flying.
Yeah.
Right. I was talking with an airline pilot. He actually introduced this idea to me, and we were talking about, you love, if you're a pilot, hopefully you love flying.
mm-hmm.
But then I was talking with him about, becoming an airline pilot. And I think I asked him, I said something to the effect of, is being an airline pilot finally what you thought it would be? And he sat there and he said, you know what? It's my job. And we got into this whole discussion of like, I get compensated for it. Like I get paid. So it's my job. And it's really interesting how it's almost like you enjoy things much more
When you
if
don't
you
get
don't
paid.
get paid to do it. And so I'm curious if you felt a little less love for kids now that you get paid to take care of them.
Absolutely not. That's
Interesting.
not true. I love kids all the same as I always have. I think it's not so much about the love goes away because now I'm getting paid. It's that my intrinsic value was always intrinsic. And even after I got an external value in addition to that, it didn't take it away from the intrinsic, which for some people that might be the case, that the extrinsic value becomes the focus and the intrinsic kind of disappears for whatever reason that is. But for me, I still have a lot of intrinsic value, and because I feel like it's in line with how God made me. And so I don't feel that getting paid to do something I like somehow makes me like it less at all.
That's good.
I don't.
I feel the same way.
And the other piece of it is I think it's also more of like, I try to not like compartmentalize my life into these like, well, this is what I do for work, and this is what I do for fun, and this is what I do for travel, like, and this is what I do with my family. Like, this is just my life, and like every day has like a piece of all of these things. And that's why I think so much when people are like, well, what do you do? It's like assumed for money, but like I do these things for everything because I like to just like use my whole time, back to the concept of time. I just like to use my whole time to just like live my life.
Right.
And so for me, it's like, I feel very grateful that I can do what I like to do and get paid to do that. I mean, isn't that everybody's dream?
Right.
You would get paid to just do fun things.
Right.
I get it. It's not the reality for everyone. And I get it that especially I think it's harder if you put a lot of years and time into whatever that thing that you're going to do for money is. And maybe that's the case with being a pilot. Or maybe that's the case with medicine. Maybe you start doing it from an intrinsic place, and then the thrill of that intrinsic value wears off, but you can't walk away from it because you've invested so much time into getting to that point. Whereas for me, I didn't invest a lot of time to get where I'm at. Like, I just met people who had kids and was like, can I watch your kids? And from there it grew. So.
Whoa. Yeah, no, it's just, I hear you. That's fascinating. But you're right, though, because if what I said was true, then it would be almost impossible to love what you do, that whole thing that people say. So I hear you. I guess different for different people. But that airline pilot was saying
And how much value do you put on money?
Right.
That's true.
How important is money to you? I mean,
Right.
obviously you need money to live, but are you okay with where you're at in your life? Or
you want to know something
are you
interesting?
always wanting more? And not that that's a bad thing to want more, but it's just different values for different people.
Right.